Hey guys, it's Steve Lamothe, the founder at Elevate Realty Group, and we are at the beginning of December. We're almost at the end of the year, and we're going to cap off our educational series for this year with some, I think, really interesting questions. I get asked all the time, and this is a really common question amongst first-time and second-time home buyers, which is, what repairs is the seller obligated to make, or how does the repair negotiation process work? And I have negotiated thousands of repairs over a 12-year career, and it is the number one way that deals fall out of escrow. And honestly, it's where tensions run high and there's a lot of misinformation out there. And I want to make some good correlations that you can use as you prepare your home for sale, and then also, if you're a buyer, prepare yourself to go into those negotiations. So the seller is not obligated to make any repairs on any property, period. That's first and foremost. So no matter what the house is listed for, all repairs are considered a negotiation. Now, I break repairs down into two different categories. There are lender-required repairs. This is really important to understand if you're a seller. Some buyers, to get financing, the lender is going to require them to make repairs to actually close the loan. Those are really important. You kind of have to do those as a seller if you want to sell your home to a buyer that needs financing. The second kind of repair is what I would consider optional or deferred maintenance or just cosmetic repair. This would be something like the buyer goes into contract and they find that there is dry rot under the house. It's something that they didn't know about beforehand, and they try to negotiate to get that repair made. Now, almost every single escrow that I have, if we haven't done the repairs up front, there's some kind of negotiation that takes place. Remember, these are used homes and there's always something. It would be like if you put a car up for sale and you got an offer, or you went to go buy a car at the lot, and then you find out that the brakes have like 10% life left, and I think everyone's first response would be to the dealership, hey, I need you to change those brakes. I'm not buying this car with brakes that don't work. So the fact of the matter is, if you're a buyer, you should go into the process understanding, number one, that you're only going to request repairs that are necessary and something that you did not know about before you made your offer. If you go into a transaction and you're thinking that you're going to make an offer, but you're going to ask for something back, and you already know this when you're making your offer, I think you're setting yourself up for a challenge. Number two, your deposit that you make when you have an accepted offer is protected by an inspection contingency, meaning it gives you time to do your inspections and to request repair. That is protected under a time period for your contingency dates, and that's typically 12 to 14 days, somewhere in that range. Once you've negotiated your repairs as a buyer or seller, you guys have decided what repairs are right, what repairs are wrong, and you remove that contingency, that deposit is fully at risk. So this time period of negotiating repairs is really important. The number one reason, in my experience, deals fall out of escrow is that a buyer is asking for a legitimate repair and the seller is unwilling to make the legitimate repair, or the seller wants more money than the buyer's willing to offer to give them that repair. And my advice is to sellers, and this ties in really well with our concierge program where we do renovations up front, is to just do the repairs that are necessary before you actually list the house. 99% of the time, we get no repair request, there's no negotiation, it's a clean, clear sailing all the way to closing. Buyers, I would be very careful to overreach and ask for things that don't matter. In the long run, 10 years from now after you buy your home, you're not going to remember, assuming a $2,500 repair. You just aren't. So let's cap this off. The number one reason that deals fall out of escrow is repair negotiations and disagreements over repairs. The key takeaways you should take away: Number one, don't ask for repairs that aren't required by your lender. Don't ask for repairs that aren't legitimate repairs. An HVAC being 10 years old is not a legitimate repair, honestly. You're really looking for things that are going to get worse immediately or things that are deferred already. Number two, much of home prices when they're put on the market is factoring a lot of deferred maintenance and how old things are in the price that the home is listed for. If everything was brand new, the list price would be higher. Number three, try to use some grace as a buyer or seller and understand the other side's perspective. This is really important in negotiations. You have to make sure that everyone feels like they win something. As always, if you're looking to buy a home, good news is right now, I'm rambling a little bit, great news is that interest rates are down about 1% right now, so you could probably lock a 30-year loan somewhere around 7% plus or minus. Just a few weeks ago, it was 8.5%. Happy holidays from the team at Elevate Realty Group. I hope that you enjoyed your pies. We are running into 2024 fast, and we are excited for this. If you ever need anything, call us at 916-436-SELL.